Hello, welcome. Welcome to Heather Dawn Tarot. I'm Heather Dawn. Thank you so much for being patient with me. I did not get to post astrological readings for the month of July. It has been a very busy summer. Here we are, August 12th, and I am going to do a collective reading for the rest of the month of August, what we've already encountered and moving forward. And then I am going to do teeny tiny mini readings for each astrological sign, and those signs will be time-stamped in the box below. You may listen to your sun, moon, rising Venus, all the things, whatever you choose. So here we go. Welcome. We are in the month of August 2025, and we just finished a very intense Mercury retrograde period. It was unlike for me personally and for so many of the people that I've had readings and sessions with over the past 3 weeks. It has been a Mercury retrograde unlike any other that any of us have experienced before. You know, Mercury retrograde gets a lot of hype about the technological issues that happen, travel, communication, to be honest, most of the time it affects my automobile. And this time there was a little tiny minor thing that came up with my car. But overall, oh my God, you know, retrogrades are all about past experiences, revisiting them and getting lots of opportunities for growth and recalibration. And my, oh my, is that what you experienced? I am curious. This Mercury retrograde, for me and so many others, was a deep dive into recalibrating and redefining how we show up in communication, in relationships. The Justice card was coming out for everyone during Mercury retrograde. Every single person pretty much that I would do a reading for, and I did a lot of readings in Mercury retrograde. The Justice card was coming out, making an appearance, and the Justice card is a very precise and stoic and boundary setting and taking accountability card. It is about accountability first and foremost for me as a reader. And I think that I didn't really fully understand the Justice card, you know, in a way that I do now after the past 3 weeks. Because, you know, true confessions. I have always been a very huge people pleaser in my life. I have put everyone else before myself. I have bent over backwards and done somersaults and all the things to make people happy before I even give them an opportunity to really care for themselves. I will jump in and I will show you love to my own detriment. You know, I always have put myself last. And something happened during this Mercury retrograde period of like, just the Justice card made an appearance for me as well. Did it for you? In that, you know, there was so much clarity given to me between that new moon in Leo that we had and that full moon in Aquarius that we just had, all happening in that Mercury retrograde period of, you know, how do I want to show up boldly in relationships, in my life experience, and what do I have to let go of? What patterns need to change? What accountability do I need to take for my own patterns? How I have shown up, and with me it was people pleasing, just shrugging off for many, many years in so many instances in my own personal life. Shrugging off so many things that I just can't shrug off anymore. My personal goal in healing is to feel good. I mean, I guess that's the whole point of healing. And there are just some things that don't make me feel good. And I think that I personally was over-giving to a lot of situations for a long time in my life that weren't giving back to me. And you know, I had to be accountable for that. And as a people pleaser, it's very, when you take accountability for overextending and overgiving and not allowing other people to, even an opportunity or the room in your life to show up in your life, because you're always showing up for them, when you step back and set some boundaries around, wow, I have always shown up like this for you, but I can't do that anymore, especially if when given the opportunity, those people or experiences are unkind to you, there's no reciprocity, you don't want the same things, you know, it's like it was a huge Mercury retrograde period of clearing out and taking a stand with the Justice card, getting on the stand, taking a stand, having so much accountability for how I have, you know, carried on patterns in my life that I don't want to carry on anymore. And as a people pleaser, that's a hard pill to swallow, because when you start setting boundaries, when you take accountability for how you've overextended and overgiven to the point of your own detriment, and allow people to take advantage of that and set yourself up for people to take advantage of that, and you've attracted people who take advantage of that. When you start setting boundaries and people get their feathers ruffled because of it, because they're used to you being a certain small way, it feels very uncomfortable. It feels like, well, just to say it bluntly, it felt like I was being really mean to set boundaries and to say, you know, like, I can't keep giving in this way if nothing is given back in return, or if unkindness or taking advantage of me is what happens, right? No, we're done. And that's some Queen of Swords energy, and it's some Justice card energy, and it's really uncomfortable to someone who wants to be nice, who is innately nice. So that's my own personal experience. Let me know if that resonates with you. What have the past 3 weeks been like for you? That has really been the first, I mean, we're not at the halfway point of August just yet, just a couple of days shy, but Mercury did go direct on the 11th, and we also had the Lionsgate portal on the 8th, the full moon in Aquarius on the 9th. It was a very coming home to Jesus moment this weekend of like, oh, wow, things have changed. I have changed. It's very new and very uncomfortable, but you know what? It's also non-negotiable. At least that's where I am. Where are you? Let me know in the comments if you feel like it. The rest of August. Well, clarification, my friend. We are in Mercury direct now, and there's always 2 weeks of shadow, of course. We do have the new moon in Virgo on the 22nd, 23rd. And we will have a new moon in Virgo, number 1, and we will have a second new moon in Virgo next month in September. So yeah, that will be a moment of setting intentions. And wow, Virgo can be a perfectionist, you know, so be careful and gentle with yourself, and really think lavishly in the ways of how you, I like the word lavish, because it's like lavish perfection, not self-defeating perfection, but lavish perfection. Like with a new moon, creating new pathways for your life through your actions, through your thoughts, through your new relationships, new friends, new things that you're saying yes to, new ways you're opening up to healing. Be lavish in the perfection of that. We're going to toss self-defeating perfection out the window, and we're going to be lavish instead. I hope that makes sense. But that's going to be a very beautiful opportunity to take everything that has been really challenging and difficult in this Mercury retrograde season we just had, and keep applying what we've learned, keep applying the strength, the new, a little disorienting and uncomfortable strength that you may be sitting well in at this point. I know lots of people have set some strong boundaries over the past 3 weeks. Have you? Let me know. I have 2 actually. One completely breaks my heart because, well, both of these boundaries I have set with 2 different people. These are people that I love dearly. But there comes a moment when you know, it's like, there has to be reciprocity, and there has to be, you know, if you've made yourself clear to someone about what you are seeking and they still don't meet you there, it's very sad. It's very sad. And it feels mean and it feels stubborn, but it's very empowering to, you know, just cut that off and give a wider girth to the path ahead that is open to having reciprocity meet you with a kiss, meet you with an embrace, meet you with a smile, meet you with flowers. Oh, this will be beautiful. Yes, say yes to the wider girth of the road ahead by cutting off the narrow roads. The other experience that I've set boundaries around, I never in a gazillion years thought I would ever enforce, because it is a very, very old relationship I've had for a very long time. And it's strange to set a boundary, to finally speak up after a very long dismissing of behavior. So here's what happens when you set boundaries. It's like we all have our breaking point. We can easily make excuses and laugh off people's behaviors for years. Especially as a people pleaser, we can do that until we can't, until it gets really personal, and until, like, here's my theory. There's a lot of visibility happening in the world right now on the world global stage, right? There's so much visibility of what we have more access to whatever is happening all over the world in a way that we have never had as a human species ever until this point. There's so much visibility. It's overwhelming. And also, we don't always know what we can trust, but what we do see is there's a lot of really horrible things happening. There are people behaving very badly in this world, and it's very visible. It's laid out on the table for us to see. And it's kind of like, what can we possibly do to change that? Well, the only thing we can possibly do is look at our own personal lives. And it's like, we're at a breaking point of, like, if someone is showing up in your life in unkind ways, or just like, you know, they are not, you know, you outgrow people, you outgrow experiences, but if they're also not meeting you, I mean, my standards are so high for relationships now. Like, I want reciprocity, I want kindness, I want love, I want honesty. I mean, kindness, come on, that is like the most basic freest thing we can give to one another at all times. Just be kind. Like, what is the point of criticizing other people? It's, yeah. Anyway, that is all we have control over. We see all this other stuff going on in the world that is so daunting. But, you know, this Mercury retrograde, I felt like, oh, people are seeing in their own lives very visibly what is not fitting, what they don't want to be around, what feels bad, what is like a waste of time and energy, because our time and energy are precious and sacred. We have to protect ourselves deeply right now. We have to be very centered in love and kindness and surround ourselves with positive, supportive, happy, radiant, joyful people who lift us up, and we do that for them. That is how we survive. That is how, especially now, more than ever, it's in the moments of smiling at people you don't know when you're driving on the interstate, helping someone out in the city when you're out and you see that they need help, being kind. And then, yes, cutting out people from your life who you've tried and you've had a breaking point. Let's pull some cards for each sign. Yes, we're going to start with Aries. Aries, I'm going to ring the bell for you, Aries. Okay, let's get some messages for the rest of August for you. I haven't done a reading this way, except for one other time. And because I've just been so busy, I've had so many sessions and a lot of ceremonies and just, you know, I have children, so we're a busy person. Excuse me, let's do Aries. We have the Empress. Well, that is a beautiful card to get out first out of the gate. The Empress, when she shows up, this is the goddess of the Tarot. She has all the queens inside of her. Oh, that, you know, by all the queens, I mean, you, Aries, you have the Queen of Swords, setting boundaries, speaking your truth. If you're a people pleaser, this is extremely uncomfortable for you. I have a daughter who's an Aries who has, she doesn't always have trouble speaking her truth. Sometimes, depends, but Aries can be really fiery. They are protectors of truth, for sure. So, Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups, self-love and caring and nurturing for others. Queen of Pentacles, very structured, you know how to take care of yourself. And Queen of Wands, creativity, passion, sexuality. As the Empress, Aries, this is telling me you are showing up in the month of August in a very whatever you've just come through with Mercury retrograde, you are in a very divine starting point in your power. You are creating something. With the Empress, I always pose the question of, what trimester are you in? The Empress is the card for the mother, pregnancy. So mothering yourself, perhaps being in a really active role with your children, you know, creating something. Pregnancy doesn't have to be literal. It can be. And if you're expecting out there, congrats. But she also represents the two time frames, spring equinox and fall equinox. So that is the planting of a seed. That's the first trimester. And then the harvest, which is in the fall in September, which we will have very soon, September 22nd. Yeah, the spring and the harvest. So the Empress is a message of divine creation. So if you are in the mode, which we're always in the mode of creating something, but as the Empress, this is huge. This is divine feminine power. It is creating something that you may not have the full picture yet, or you may be in the middle of it in the second trimester, or you may be about to give birth. So my question with her, my question with her when she appears is, what are you creating? or if you're not started, if you haven't started yet, it is time to do that. What do you want to create? And then what trimester are you in? And, you know, researching trimesters of pregnancy, you know, what can you do to mother yourself and nurture yourself in that moment? Now, this could also be a message that there's something huge going on with your own mother. Just all of those elements are in play for you with the Empress, but you do have the embodiment of all four queens. So you are in your power. This is a very positive card, extremely positive. What else do we have for her? It is the card for fertility. So it's a very beautiful symbol if you are trying to have a family. Ace of Swords. Okay, that's boundary setting and a revelation that is coming through. It is the message of, whoa, I see the truth and I can't unsee it. I see the truth and I can't unsee it. I can't unsee it. And what am I going to do about it? So there's a truth here. I keep coming back to the Empress as like, yes, she has all four queens inside of her. And the Queen of Swords has always been the queen that I do not necessarily relate to very well, because it can be a very, you know, she can be viewed as very aggressive and rigid, and this is what I want. Like I am learning how to do that in the positive realms of like standing up for myself, setting boundaries, cutting people out with my sword. This could be a message for you, Aries, of like maybe just remember, in order to be the Empress, you have to embody all the queens, even the uncomfortable ones. And maybe the Queen of Swords isn't easy for you. Maybe the Queen of Cups is more challenging, which is like taking care of yourself, knowing how to you know, take care of yourself before you overextend and give to others, because the Queen of Cups can be overextending and overgiving, because she deeply loves and deeply cares and wants everyone to be happy. Maybe your challenge is the Queen of Wands. Maybe you really are craving a creative process and you want to get started. Well, now is the time to get started. Queen of Wands is someone who, when she walks into the room or everywhere she goes, people are like, who is that? Who is that? Or maybe you need to work on the Queen of Pentacles, which is getting your money in order and building an empire, or you know, just being really grateful and grounded and stable in your life. You know, this is the Queen of Structure. Whichever queen you need to focus on, and maybe it's all of them. I mean, we are talking about the Empress who embodies all of them. Like, how do you nurture all those parts of you? There is a truth. There is a taking the control into your own hands. The aces are the most powerful starting point in the tarot. It's the beginning point of, you know, taking, especially with the swords, taking a truth that is revealed to you in an aha moment. And I guarantee you that the last 3 weeks have shown you something. And it hasn't, I mean, the sword, that's like, it's a little scary, you know, raising up your sword. You could have done that to someone, or it could be that someone did that to you. But it's that, again, I'm going to say it again. It is that knowing of, I see the truth. What am I going to do about it? Okay. And let's get a shadow card for you. I'm going to take the one right off the top. It's like dancing around. 5 of Swords. Lots of swords energy for you, Aries. This is choosing to walk away from a battle that will never have a winner. No one's going to win at this. In fact, if you keep going, someone will eventually get hurt. You're dealing with swords here. So the 5 is always that point of discomfort and decision of like, okay, I'm at the halfway mark with this. Do I turn around and retreat? Do I keep going forward and pushing it? With the 5 of Swords, the encouragement is, or this, you know, the safest thing for all is agreeing to disagree. And if you keep pushing, someone's gonna get hurt. Is that what you want? It could be you that gets hurt. All right, that's your mini message for August, Aries. Thank you for being here. Please listen to your other placements if you want more information and get the whole picture. Let's ring the bell. We're gonna do Taurus now. Sweet, sweet Taurus. Oh, well, I cannot make this up. Oh, the cards just dropped and look what landed on the table. We got the Empress again. Well, she looks real sexual when I look at her in this one. She's got her booty stuck out. Oh, man. All right. Well, if you listen to Aries, Aries got the Empress as well, Taurus. But, you know, for you, yeah, this is embodying your femininity. It's funny, like you might want to go back and listen to Aries if you have not, because there's a lot that I've said about the Empress that I'm not going to really say again, because I'm getting a very different message for you. There is healing around sexuality for you, plain and simple. Plain and simple. It is deep. It is related to a mother wound, and it is, you are in your power in this moment. It may not feel like it. It is pouring down rain all of a sudden. Where did this come from? Blessed be. This is a reclaiming of and a healing of the mother wound, learning deeply, finally, maybe for the first time ever in your entire life, that you are your own mother. You have the power to mother yourself in ways that no one else can or should or will ever. Like, you are your own mother. You could have extremely deep mother wounds. And you know, I'm getting a huge message of this translates into your sexuality. And I don't necessarily mean the act of sex. I mean the act of self-expression, self-empowerment, your divine feminine qualities, even if you're a man, your divine feminine qualities of beauty, sacred rest, receptivity, fertility, creativity, creating something so beautiful for the first time ever in your realm of understanding, like what your potential is. This is potential. This is fertile ground for you, Taurus. It is a major arcana. This is not a small message at all. This is a huge divine moment of you embodying all the feminine qualities of every queen. Queen of Swords, your truth. Queen of Pentacles, your stable ground on which you stand. The Queen of Wands, your creative expression, your sexuality, your identity as a sexual being. And by that, I do mean your self-expression, your humanness in all of its emotional depth. And then the Queen of, what was the Queen of Cups? I was like, what was the next one? I believe that's correct. Queen of Cups, how do you show up and love yourself before you show up for others? Yeah, lean into something. That's my advice for you, Taurus. Keep leaning into it. If you're leaning into it big already, then lean into it bigger. If you can lean into it more, there's, you know, it's going to pay off for you. This is the card of fertility, creating something divine, creating your divine self. It's the card of pregnancy, but it's pregnancy in you are giving birth to beautiful expressions of yourself for the first time in a big way. It's a huge opportunity for you in the month of August. All right, let's see. What's the next card for you? Wow, the Emperor. You've got the divine partner here. The Emperor and the Empress. Now, they're in different decks. Why is she leaning away? Well, she's not leaning away. She's kind of like, look at this booty. Look at this. He's like, I see it. He's He's acting like he doesn't see it though. Oh goodness. You might be dealing with a divine partnership coming in, or showing up fully. This may be you. Well, all these things that I said about the Empress, the mother wound, the Emperor is the father wound. I mean, listen, we all have mother wounds and we all have father wounds. I mean, some are more exaggerated than others, but we have both. Even if you have the most astounding relationship with your father, then it's like, that's wonderful. And then you're on this search to find ways of becoming that yourself, right? But this is beautiful because like these two, yeah, they are divine partners, but these are different decks. So there could be a message here of like, you have a divine partnership in your realm of being. It's available to you. There are differences, but there's still a divine partnership. So how do you embody the power of the Emperor and take control of this land and harness your self-expression? Like, what are you trying? This is powerful. This is powerful because these are the Emperor are all four kings. So you not only have the Emperor and the Empress together here, you have an army of power. You have all four queens and all four kings. It's like this is power couple to the extreme. Like there's nothing better than this. No. So, goodness, I don't know how this will show up in each of your lives that are watching this, Taurus, but there's something here. It's a big something. It's available to you. If this is just you becoming like your most righteous self, then yeah, absolutely. It takes devotion. It takes speaking your truth. I mean, there's receptivity, but there's also sacred dominance. I've never said that before, but the Emperor is someone who, he is respected. Would you say that you are respected? Do you respect yourself? What needs to happen in order for you to say yes? That's where it is. What is the calling for you to have deep self-respect in order for you to have this sacred union within yourself and possibly, very possibly in real life? All right, let's get a shadow card for you. This is not a small thing. This is as big as it gets. If there's a divine partnership that you are very aware of, or one coming in, or something that you're trying to call in, this is as big as it gets. I don't know what else to say about that. What's your shadow card? Well, okay, we got the Lovers. I'm just going to sit in silence for a second. The Lovers, that is sacred divine union, but you have to choose it. I mean, the Emperor and the Empress, I'm going to give two scenarios here. Let's say this is the divine union of your masculine and feminine qualities. You completely having the most, I said this in Aries reading too, or maybe at the beginning. This is a come to Jesus moment of sacred union in yourself. Like so much awareness, so much accountability, and so much, yeah, like accountability. I don't know. Yeah, it's just when you, Taurus, when you embrace accountability and and allow it to guide you, my goodness, your life is going to just drastically up level. And with the Lovers card, this is an opportunity for a huge new beginning, a new choice that honestly might be quite terrifying, because we're talking about the shadow realms. You've never made a choice like this. You've always wanted to. You have. But this is deep. This goes deep into the father wound and the mother wound. And this is like you choosing. The Lovers card is always choice. This is you choosing to leave a place behind that has always been your home, and you've always known what to expect. And there's comfort, even if it's uncomfortable, there's comfort there because you know what to expect. And you choosing to do something drastically different, to see your nakedness, to choose free will, to understand that you have free will, that your life is not predetermined. You get to choose to level up. You get to choose to call in this divine partnership. But it is choice. Like, you have to, there's something huge you have to do. And whether that means this is a reconciling of accountability within yourself, it probably starts there. But then it extends into, doing something extremely brave and highly uncomfortable in the name of self-love or love or passion. I mean, the Lovers, it's the major arcana of divine partnership, but yeah, a choice for the sacred union of the feminine and the masculine within yourself, and calling in that power and standing so profoundly in it with the Emperor and Empress. Like, this is huge. This is as big as it gets, my love. And if there's a partnership that is either known or about to be known, or you can feel and you hope for it, it's as big as it gets. It's real. It depends on you making a choice, a big choice, a life choice. Okay. Love you. Thank you. All right. Let's move on to Gemini. Okay, Gemini. Let's get some cards for you for the rest of August. Let's see what we got. The Knight of Swords charging in. Dun, 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 dun. Yep. I'm a big dork. Okay. Oh, I saw it. What is it? The 10 of Coins. Ooh. If you want it, go and get it. That's what I'm going to say. If you want, there's something like, oof, listen, Gemini, there's a huge opportunity that is presenting itself to you in August of, huge opportunity of abundance, of legacy. It could be family oriented. It doesn't have to be, but it is extremely positive in that, like, you get to build. This is kind of like that last thing that you're working towards just clicking into place. And this is something that sets you up in a powerful way. These are minor arcanas with the Ace of Swords. It's this way. Knight of Swords. Did I say Page of Swords earlier? It's the Knight of Swords and the 10 of Pentacles. Charge toward it. Say yes. I don't know what this is, but you're going to know what this is, because the 10 of Pentacles is either like something that you've always wanted to do, but also it's something you've been working on for a very long time. This is possibly something you've done for a decade or more, a lifetime, and it's something that you would just be overjoyed to do for the rest of your life. This is something that you want to be known for, that you would be more than happy to be known for this. This is your story that you leave behind with the 10 of Pentacles. It's something that sets you up for a life of legacy, a life of so much abundance, a life that you truly love living. Go for it. Yes, do it. There could be questions here like, will this make me money? Will I be okay? Can I afford this? Do it. Literally, do it. Do it fast. So, say yes to something. I don't know what this is, but hopefully you do. And if it hasn't presented itself yet, it will by the end of August. What's your shadow card? Two of Swords. Trust your intuition. You have all minor arcana, which is nice because this is not going to overwhelm you. It might disrupt your thinking, but the Two of Swords has been coming out a lot for people. This is basically saying, you know, you have to give yourself moments of solitude and, you know, cut out distractions. This is the process of learning how to trust yourself. And sometimes the best way of learning to trust yourself is saying yes to opportunities that are very linked to your dream of success. So, very straightforward message for you, Gemini. If an opportunity comes up, say yes. If an opportunity comes up for you to create an opportunity for yourself, then do it. Absolutely. Trust yourself. The shadow work is to, you know, if something comes in and you're like, oh, and you want to take time to think about it, take that time, and then, you know, don't waste too much time. This is trusting yourself. I have a friend, she's not a Gemini, but I have a friend who has always wanted to teach yoga and used to teach yoga, kind of got away from it, but very recently someone approached her and she said yes. And now she's like, oh my God, I want to do this all the time again. It's like, it's a rekindling of that legacy that the happy life, the abundant life, the life that puts the smile on your face. So smiling so much your cheeks hurt, right? Say yes. Your phrase for August is say yes. All right, let's see. We got Cancer next. Okay, Cancer. What are your messages for August, Cancer? Oh, one flipped over. Three of Coins. Building your cathedral. Anytime the Three of Coins comes up, I always reference the Tower because this is basically the opposite of the Tower. The Tower is when you have been building something from the ground up and you knew from the very inception that it doesn't feel right. Well, this is the opposite. This is the Three of Pentacles. You've possibly learned from Tower moments, and this is a deep trust of yourself. This is a new foundation, a new way of being, and a new understanding like, oh, I am building something here, and I am not in a rush, and I have help, and I have self-trust, and I can feel it in my bones that this is worth it. This is worth it. Yeah, it's a beautiful, you know, it's building something from the seed and taking your time and building all the way up to the Ten of Pentacles to your legacy of this beautiful, happy life that you have only ever dreamed of. So this is beautiful. This is like you're working on something in August, and it's growing steadily. Oh, let's see. And you're not doing it alone. That's the one thing I love about the Three of Pentacles, Three of Coins. You're not doing this alone. You've never had to do it alone, but there's perhaps a new availability that you are finding of seeking other people's support and seeing that, oh my God, it makes such a huge difference to have people's support. Well, we have the Star. Oh my goodness, this is what you are working on. And I will even say within this last 3 weeks, because this is a Three of Coins, it's much longer than that, but something for you has clicked in the last 3 weeks. The Star is my favorite card. She is the card of healing. She's the card of vulnerability. I have a program called Star Healers right now that I work with women one-on-one to help them see their light, you know? And it's happening for me too. But the star card is our card. It's like, well, and this is funny because the star card, I'm going to cover up her, the star card is the card that shows up after the Tower, which I referenced just a second ago. Yeah, my love, the towers have fallen. You are a changed person. You have learned through tragedy how to build a firm foundation for yourself. With this Three of Pentacles and now the Star, you are deeply embracing your healing, your visibility and vulnerability and surrender to the light in new ways. And also, listen, you get to see yourself in beautiful new ways, and everyone you know gets to see you in beautiful new ways. You are glowing, you are shining, and it's only the beginning. Goodness, I want to be you, Cancer. Okay, and the shadow card for you, yeah, 5 of coins. It's so funny. Everyone's getting like all the same suit in their readings, and you get all pentacles. This is this is building your structure. And the 5 of Pentacles, the shadow work for you is, you know, how do I say it? It's poverty mindset. But more than that, this card is a card about people, you know, self-abandoning them. You know, it's self-abandonment, and it's and doing it with other people. I know that may not make sense exactly, but we self-abandon all the time. And when you are in the 5 of Pentacles mode, it's like we seek out, when we feel bad about ourselves and we get into self-abandonment, we seek out people, so, you know, unconsciously sometimes not, but we seek out relationships who mirror that back to us. We want people who, when we're like, oh my God, my life is so horrible, listen to what happened to me, they're gonna be like, oh my God, that's horrible. Oh yeah, that's awful. I can't believe that happened to you, right? Your shadow work is like, those days are over. Be very mindful not to do that, because this is not, like, the 5s are always that point of discomfort, that midpoint decision of, does this serve me? If you're at the 5 of Pentacles, does it serve me to self-abandon? Does it serve me to surround myself with people who encourage me to self-abandon and to have a pity party? And, you know, this is also poverty mindset. So it's like, this could be a deep wound for you. You could, you know, have a history of, you know, not being fiscally responsible, or even, you know, grounding yourself in times of difficulty. But those things, that with the 3 of Pentacles and the Star card, that is absolutely 100% completely changing for you. You're in a new world now. This will absolutely come up, so that's why it's showing up. Every single day you have a moment to pivot out of old thinking, and yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. You are glowing. Keep it up. August is going to be a good month for you. Just, you know, allow yourself to go slow. Allow things to land, you know. Sit with things and let it land. Talk with people who are supportive. Yeah, that's where it's at for you. Okay, Cancer, thank you. All right, where are we? We're with Leo. Leo, hi, how are you? What have the 3 weeks been like for you during Mercury retrograde? Let's see what we got for you, Leo. I'm gonna take a sip of my green tea. Excuse me. My green tea. I'm a green tea fiend. Jasmine green is my jam. High Garden jasmine green tea is my jam. All right, Leo. All right, choices, so many choices. 7 of Cups. This is, 7 of Cups is the card for having a lot of choices, needing to make decisions, none of them exactly hitting your hot, passionate place of, yeah, that feels right. No, it's more like, that doesn't feel right, and that's not right. It's also the card of, indecision, trying to, it's like there's a lot of opportunity here for me. I can go a lot of different ways. With each cup, there's something very different in each cup. So all of the, here's what I'll say about you, Leo. You are abundantly gifted and creative, and for some of the Leos that I know, there's a lot of huge things showing up in their life. There's a lot of, there's a lot of cups on the table that want to take their, or not take, they want to, these cups are like, look at me, I'm good for you. I've got this to offer. Don't you want to pick me up and engage with me? And you're kind of like, yeah, I kind of do. But also, like, there's all these other cups. So you could have a lot on your plate. You could have a lot of wonderful ideas, a lot of things that you want to do. And it's like you may be overwhelmed by the fact that you have a lot going on right now. This is also a card for, well, the dreamscape. So maybe your dreams are extra potent right now. Maybe you're getting lots of crazy messages. Maybe, there's some weird stuff in these cups. Like one of them has a head, and one of them has a person with a blanket over it, and one of them has a serpent, and one of them has another kind of serpent, and one's a castle, and one's filled with jewels, and then the other one has a laurel wreath. There's a lot of good stuff showing up in your life. There are. So which one are you going to choose? And are you feeling, debilitated by choosing? I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what else comes out. This is divine psychic messages coming through. There's a lot of good things in August for you. They probably actually started showing up in July, if I'm going to be honest, because that is the 7. 3 of Wands, yeah. It's just an affirmation. Like you have a lot. Your ships are coming in, Leo. You have been waiting a long time for this. This is something that there's something about this that you're like, this is dreamscape scenario, but also dreams manifesting in real life scenario of like, oh my God. Like 3 of Wands is like, I created this doorway, and part of you was like, is this going to make a difference? Is something going to ever actually show up if I put the work and the intention and all that in? Well, yeah, it is. And it has been, and it's going to continue to show up. And yeah, you got lots of choices to make, and I'm not really mad about it. Don't let it overwhelm you. Let's see what the shadow card is for you. You've got big stuff showing up. Shadow? Lovers. Yeah, big stuff showing up, Leo. I have a Leo friend. She's probably, if you're watching this, Natalia, you're probably laughing at this shadow card. The Lovers. That is the card for divine choice in partnership. It could be, I mean, straight up, the Lovers card is a choice in partnership. It can also be a divine choice or decision made within a partner, like you and another person making this decision together. Or it could just be like you are making a huge choice about a partnership. But this is you, like, the things that you've always dreamed of are being laid out before you. I don't know what else to say. And your shadow work is like, you're a little freaked out by it. You're like, that this is huge, right? Yeah, of course you do. And if this has not happened yet, like, August is going to do this. Like, you get a huge choice to say yes to things or no. Whatever, like, that's the thing. You get to say yes or no. You have free will. That is the main message of the Lovers. But this is going deep into the shadows. of like, oh my gosh, this is what I've always wanted, but I never really, like, you know, you want something for so long, and then when it actually shows up, you're dumbfounded. And it's, yeah, congratulations. Happy choosing. Love you. All right, let's move on to Virgo. I have my little list. That's what I keep looking at. All right, Virgo, we are about to enter your birthday season. You're up next in the astrological wheel. And we have a new moon for you before the exit of August. I think it's the 22nd, 23rd, depending on where you are in the world, but it is your new moon. It's your first new moon, and you get a second one in September. What do we have for you? Oh, gosh. Yikes. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to see what comes out with this, but the Three of Swords, this is like the most iconic card for pain that there is in the tarot. You see people get this tattoo a lot. This is, you know, and it's funny if you think about it in the context of getting a tattoo, because this is something that is permanent. Well, that sounds so drab, but seriously, this is like that moment of deep loss or betrayal or heartbreak that has happened in your life, that it is kind of permanent in the sense that the residue is always there. It's honestly, it goes way back to the deepest childhood wound that you have of, you know, any other point of pain in your life kind of always connects to it. Like for me, this would be abandonment issues from childhood that have shown up in so many ways. Abandonment, or choosing relationships where there's abandonment, or you know, abandoning others in relationships. Like this is, for me, that's what this is. This can be a loss of someone that you love. This can be, yeah, just a really heartbreaking experience. I'm not saying that's going to happen to you in August, but what I am saying is that you might be heavily in the feels of this for some reason. You may be facing this in a new kind of way. Honestly, that is a huge part of what the Mercury retrograde season was for me. Like I said at the beginning, Mercury retrograde this time was bizarre because it wasn't, generally it's very externalized, you know, like snafus, things break and go wrong and you have to pay for stuff and your car breaks down and blah, 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 you know. But this Mercury retrograde was basically this in a completely empowering way. Like it definitely, I was telling one of my friends, someone I do a lot of sessions with, I was telling her, you know, we really want healing to be rainbows and butterflies all the time. But sometimes it's a sword. Sometimes healing means we hold the sword up to people who have been using the sword against us, right? It's not always beautiful. Healing is not always beautiful. And I think that's what this means for you. Like you're going through a deep healing. You're facing some deep trauma wound from your past, you know, whether it's you're already in it or it's going to surface before the month of August ends. But I think, like, I'm curious, Virgo, for all the Virgos listening who are out there, was this Mercury retrograde the past 3 weeks, was it a looking at this deep wound and a healing of it, or did something happen? Are you okay? I love you. That's one of the hardest cards to get. So, okay. And then we have the Death card. Have you lost someone? That's that's as literal as it gets. But here's the thing about the Death card. This is a rebirth moment. I know the Death card does not sound or look like a positive card. It is one of the most positive cards to get, I promise you. Especially when these are together You are healing. You have taken this deep childhood wound, this loss, this heartbreak, this tragedy. You have taken it and you have said, fine, let me be reborn. I reclaim my power to transform through this. This is saying goodbye to the deepest wounded part of you, taking your power back and yeah, like being reborn into a new version of yourself that you don't really know how to do just yet. And it may feel wildly uncomfortable. But you know, the death card is the card for Scorpio energy. It's the scorpion sting of truth, followed by the throwing that truth and accountability into the sacred fire and alchemizing it, the phoenix to the flames, the phoenix rising from the ashes. And then as the phoenix rises, becoming the eagle and having such sacred perspective on how far you've come in your life. You've overcome something. This is very sacred energy. It's difficult energy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, Virgo. All right. What else do we have? The shadow card for you. Okay. We've got the star. Well, that is a beautiful, like, listen. I'm gonna cover her up right there. Of all the cards in the entire tarot that I would want to see come out with the Three of Swords and the Death card, this is it. And she's extra pretty. Look how shimmery and beautiful and silvery. And this is the card of healing, transformation, hope, radiance, being reborn. But literally coming from a place of the only choice you really had to survive this moment was to allow the death to happen. Because in it, you have completely embodied the most radiant version of yourself that you will ever know. And it's just the beginning. This is where you're headed. This beautiful star card, like, you get to be fully realized on a deep level for yourself. And everyone who knows you and loves you will see it too. So if you're going through something, I love you and you got this. And the way to do it is just surrender. Like, let go. Let spirit take control. Let spirit tell you what to do. Seek that beautiful, radiant inner light with the star. You are the light. You are. So if something really difficult is happening, just know that there's divine purpose here. This is you fully embodied in your radiance on the other side. Oof, that was heavy, Virgo. That was heavy. Let me know in the comments if this is resonating with you and what's going on, and tell me you're okay. I love you. All right, we have Libra. Da 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 da. Libra. Okay. I'm singing a Christmas song. I don't know why. Libra. Work, 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 work. Oh, goodness. Listen. You got this. That's all I'm going to say. Not all I'm going to say. It's how I'm going to start. You got this. You're figuring this out. Okay. You got this and you're figuring it out. And whatever you're working on, you're going to jump right back in. I say that because the Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Coins right before this card, it is represented by someone looking at their harvest and being like, is this good enough? Is this really good enough? I have put so much work into this harvest, and it's not exactly what I want it to be. What do I need to do now? And then you're like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do, right? So then we get to the 8 of coins, which is like, okay, I'm gonna push myself. I'm gonna keep showing up. I'm gonna make a plan. I'm gonna try to do something a lot of different ways, and I'm gonna see which one works. The beautiful thing about the 8 of coins, the 8 of pentacles, is that there is a pathway that you are familiar with. You've been doing it that way. People have shown you how to do it that way. You have opportunities already happening. But you get to tweak it now. Like you can do it the same way that you've been doing. You have a very strong foundation, but you also get to just like tweak it to your own signature, right? And you're gonna get so fast, and it's gonna be easier, and it's gonna make sense, and you're gonna have so much to show for your work, right? So keep going, keep pushing. Not what Libras want to hear, especially one of my Libra friends right now. She's gonna be like, ugh. But listen, you're at the 8, which means when you get to the 10, everything is good. 10 is like legacy status. 10 is, I have so much to show for everything. I am known for this. This is my life story. I love my life. So, okay, let's see what else comes out with the 8 of Pentacles. The Hierophant, devotion. What are you devoted to? This is a card of integrity for me. So, and it kind of goes back into what I said about, you've been doing something for a while that works. It does work. But now you've looked at the harvest, and you're like, yeah, everything's worked. I actually know, I can tell what I'm doing is working, but is it good enough for me? Is it good enough for me? That's the card of the Hierophant. Like, what do I really believe in? What do I really want? What do I really want to be devoted to? Who do I want to be devoted to? Yeah, what do I believe in? What is my personal integrity saying about how I'm showing up? Yeah. There's a seriousness here. There's a seriousness, but listen, it's also like Spirit is so on board with this. Spirit is like, if you show up and you do the work, I got you. I got you. Whatever you full-heartedly believe in, I got you. So show me what you believe in. This is Spirit talking to you, Libra. Show me what you believe in, and I got you. I'm gonna meet you there. I'm gonna adorn you with the Pope's robe and the cloak or whatever it is, and I got you. Just show me what you want. Show me that you're willing to do the work, and we're gonna something big and structured, and you'll be okay. Oh, I don't want this deck. No, I want this deck. I'm just getting one card from each deck today. Otherwise, I will be talking for 4 hours. And I don't want to do that. I mean, I do, but I can't do that, right? I got other stuff going on. Okay, listen, 6 of Wands. This is the shadow work for you. That is the card of victory. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. You got this. There is work required here. There is work required. This is like, okay, I always bring people I know into these readings, because when I have a very strong, beautiful relationship of someone with a specific sign, I can't help but kind of think about what's going on in their life. So I have one of my best, most beautiful, sacred friendships in the entire world. She has gone to Bali for 2 months, and she is coming back. And when she comes back, it's not Bali. It's not Bali anymore. It's, here. And you got to get back into the work groove, and you got to this is not just work. This is not just money and work, and it's creating it's looking at your life and yeah, taking inventory. It's thinking about, again, that card that comes before this. You're taking inventory of like, okay, here's what has worked in my life, and here's what has not worked. Here's what makes me feel good and structured and grounded, and here's what doesn't. I'm only going to take what I understand and proclaim is in my deepest sense of integrity. This is self-integrity. I am only devoted and accountable for what feels correct and important to me. By doing that, Libra, the universe sees you, supports you, and answers the call with you. You have victory here. I know this is a long time out, but I think there's something about next June, that's June of 2026, that whatever you full-heartedly apply yourself to right now, and like, this is devotion. This is giving yourself structure, routine. The Eight of Coins is showing up every day. Something that's very hard at first, when you first tried it, becomes easier because you get used to it. You find ways that's your signature style. You know, again, it is something that has been laid out before you. There is a system in place, but you figure out how to make it your own. The things that you devote yourself to now, all the way up until next June, I mean, this is, you know, 10 months from now. Oh my gosh, it's going to be hugely, wildly successful for you. There's a lot of promise. That's a big message, and it's a far way out, but I feel like it's important for you to hear. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's all for you, Libra. Okay, Scorpio. I had to divide these readings up in 2 different days. So it is now the 13th of August. And I will do the rest of these readings. So, Scorpio, let's do a reading for you. First card out, we have the Three of Cups. You have a very strong, beautiful social life right now, community, either in your present moment or coming on its way to you. Absolutely. This is the card for celebration. I love that the Three of Cups is really symbolized by these women all just in ecstasy of society, just celebrating, raising their cups to one another. This is a card that comes out for me with divine feminine friendships. So a very heart-based celebratory time coming up for you from mid-August until the end of August. Lots to celebrate. That could also just be the overall feel of your life in this moment of like, there's so much goodness being just infused into your being. Love that. All right, what else do we have for you, Scorpio? You know, that the Three of Cups, I will say also, if you have an adventure coming up with your female friends, or if you're a masculine listening to this, or identify more as a masculine energy, this is being into, leaning into social experiences that are fully heart-centered, very emotionally based, with the cups being lifted up in celebration. There is a beautiful experience on its way to you if you're not already presently in it. And the Four of Wands, oh my goodness. That is serendipity, things lining up, seeing symbols, seeing messages, seeing things that speak to you from spirit. So pay attention. Whatever is showing up for you, it is a divine message. These two cards together mean that for the rest of August, Pay attention. Pay attention, especially when you're out in social settings that are, you know, put yourself in places that are fun, that are exciting, that are new. This is also, the Four of Wands is also like, it is an abundance of women, feminine energy in this card. It's a very social atmosphere. Can you see that? Yeah, it's a very social atmosphere. It's very, you know, celebratory, outdoor festival, dancing, singing, dancing. I said that twice. Maybe there's a reason. Drinking, eating great food, just loving life. Loving life, Scorpio. You deserve this. Also, when you align yourself with those kinds of experiences and you say yes for the month of August, for the rest of August, you will be rewarded. You will be rewarded in spirit and in experience. So this is beautiful. These are beautiful gifts, beautiful encounters, radiant moments where you feel so alive and gorgeous within yourself. You feel loved. You feel you are surrounded by all the good things. That's beautiful. I love it. Okay, so the shadow card for you, which will be like, you know, what deep work is being offered up for you to look at and to heal in these beautiful experiences. What do we have? Oh, Three of Cups, or I'm sorry, Four of Cups. She's looking longingly at the Three of Cups. What's so fascinating to me is you have the Three of Cups here. So what I'm wondering, Scorpio, is, have you been feeling a little like your tribe where you are isn't quite the way that it used to be? Or just in general, this Mercury retrograde that we just had could have really clarified some things around the way that you view social outings, the way that you view the community that you've had for a while, certain relationships, certain friendships, certain patterns of how you've shown up yourself within relationships, and kind of mourning and grieving and letting go of, you know, just processing what you're being shown. Because this is, if this is the shadow card, which it is, but this is her looking and taking inventory of what is and is not meeting her emotional needs. So that could be the real question here. You have, well, with the Four of Wands and the Three of Cups, you have something beautiful about to enter your life in the realm of social experience, being out. This is not sitting at home. This is not even, you know, sitting at home with your community. This is being out and about and being in new and exciting and fun places, and just the revelry of social life. Okay, you may this may be very much needed, and the Ace of Cups coming in here behind her, that's that tap 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 on your shoulder, whispering like, go here, do this, say yes, create these opportunities for yourself. But there's good celebratory times ahead, and so many things are, I believe the cards are saying, are lining up for you to be happier in the company of others, when maybe that hasn't been the case for a while now. It's definitely here for you now in the month of August. Enjoy. Okay, let's do Sagittarius. So for anyone who skipped to Sagittarius, yes, this is a new, I had to pause the video and pick it up at a later time. So yeah, that might explain why I may be appearing different than I did at the beginning of the video. It is another day. It is now August 13th. Had to take a little break. Okay, Sag. My sweet Sag. Beautiful, beautiful soul that you are. So free, so caring, so silly, so playful, so ambitious. Okay, what do we have for you for the midpoint of August to the remainder? Let's see what we have. The first card out. Oh, it's the Hangman, but it is up, or I'm sorry, it is reversed. So anyone who knows me, or if you've been listening long enough to me, I do not generally read reversals, and I most certainly keep my deck very just orderly, in the fact that like I'm very, very deliberate about not having reverse cards in my deck. That makes me a little crazy when I'm like looking through a tarot deck that I have, and there's just cards all over like every direction. It makes me a little nuts. So I try to just do my very best to keep everything upright. But when a card comes out reversed, I pay attention. It doesn't always necessarily mean that I read the card reversed. Actually, most of the time, I would say 90% of the time, I don't. It just means like this is a very important message, but I don't always read the reversal. So all that to say, this is one time, excuse me, this is one time that I will be reading the reversal for you, because of every single tarot card there is, for any specific card to come out reversed, the Hangman is the most important to pay attention to when it comes out reversed. Because upright, the Hangman looks like this. Upright position, in the upright position, the Hangman looks reversed, right? It means originally that you have felt, or if it came out how it's supposed to, it would mean like, oh, I feel so stalled in my life. This is the sacred pause. It's uncomfortable. I have put myself in this position of like, it is not time to act. It is not time to move forward. I am deciding to wait until I get a clear go. Well, for it to come out reversed, you have a clear go. You have a clear as day go, Sagittarius. I don't know what this means for you personally exactly, but it is not a small thing. This is a major arcana, and it is the Hangman in reverse, which means it's not time to just wait anymore. Wow, what a huge message as far as like Mercury retrograde finally ending. And if you felt any kind of stalls, I mean, Mercury retrograde is a beautiful time to have a sacred stall and just like reflect and take inventory and kind of map out how you're going to move forward when things start, picking up the pace. Well, it's time now. You can take yourself down off of the cross and you can move forward now. It's time. I mean, you're going to know if this message is correct for you. The Hangman is, if you have been in that for a while, it's time to get out of it. And by being in it, I mean, you have felt stalled. You have allowed yourself to stay in a position until you know you're ready to move forward. It is time. I feel like I'm being a little redundant, but this is a big message, because like you have spent so much time waiting to take action, waiting for a clear answer, waiting for a signal, doing whatever you can to put yourself in a meditative space to get clarity. And when this comes out reversed, which literally looks like it's upright now, you have clarity about something. And if you haven't received it yet, you will before August is through. And you can come down off of the cross, and you can get all of your packed bags, and you can get all of your toolkits, and you can get all of the magic of spirit by your side, and you can move forward and say, it's time to go. It's time to do this. It's time to take action. The waiting is over. Okay, what else do we have for you? Sweet Sag. 4 of Coins. Yeah, you've been waiting. I mean, here's the thing about, I mean, this could have to do with work or your security, for sure. There's still a message here of, you are moving forward, and the sacred pause has been so important because this is something that needs to be very carefully considered in how it progresses forward. There is a message here of choose wisely. Protect yourself. Be discerning. Make good choices. Yeah? Be responsible. I just feel like these are all the things that you know, and then maybe this card, the Four of Pentacles, is what has been holding you in the Hangman mode, or is still holding you. And it's for a purpose. It's to get clarity on how to be responsible with what you are going to make a movement on. Okay? Yes. Very, very, very full of integrity, this move. And you have wanted to be very sure and certain about what you're doing, because it's a little, this card tells me like what you've put yourself in Hangman mode about is a little, it deserves caution. It does. It deserves caution, and it deserves just clarification. So when you receive it, it's go time. What is the shadow work for you? Oh, you've been, yeah, you might have been in hang mode for quite a while. And I'm telling you, it is all for purpose. This is about receiving divine, sacred wisdom and clarification. If you are not there just yet, you will be very soon. You will know when it's time. The most important message of the Hangman is, I will know when it's time. And it hasn't been time, but you have been. It's not like you've just been sitting and avoiding thinking about something. I feel like you have been in Hangman mode, sitting and thinking about every single tiny little detail of something. And you want to be sure, because this is your legacy we're talking about. This is something that you will be very much aligned with and known for. This is the story that you leave behind. This is a big move too. It's not anything small. It's something you've been working on for a very long time. It's something you've gotten better and better and better at. You've probably been just fine-tuning the details and perfecting your craft as you were up there on the cross, you know. And now you're going to get a very clear signal that it's go time. Yes, indeed. All right, Sag, I love you. I hope that resonates in some way. Okay. Capricorn. Capricorn. All right. I had to take a break between some of these sessions, some of these astrological signs. So it is now the next day as I'm finishing up this video. But Capricorn, we're going to get messages for you for the rest of August. Knight of Cups. Oh, an offer of love coming in for you. An offer that makes you very happy. Now, this could be you extending an offer, or it could be your knight showing up. This is the Knight of Cups. The knight, the radiant royalty, showing up on his beautiful white horse with his cup extended. There is an angel with a scroll above his head. He is approaching from a sandy beach. I mean, this all sounds perfect for me. I am a Capricorn sun, so you know we have been taught to identify most with our sun sign, but our sun sign is what we personally feel most aligned with, but it's not always the part of us that we show to people. It's how we operate in integrity for ourselves. Our rising sign is more how others see us, how we present ourselves in a social context. But yeah, for you, Capricorn, there is a beautiful offer of love approaching you. The Knight of Cups is something beautiful, making its way. It is time. I say hooray, hooray, let's do this. I am ready. Now, is this you? Is it someone else? That's for you to see how things unfold. What else do we have for you? We have the Knight of Wands. All right. Oh, look at them. They are coming in together too. They are coming in together, facing each other. The Knight of Wands is the Knight of Passion. So we have love and passion meeting at your heart's door. This is a beautiful message that something that is going to make you giddy and excited and warm and feeling loved and feeling cherished is approaching. And it's going to be reciprocal. Absolutely. These cards are facing one another. One comes from the Knight of Cups in this deck is on a sandy white beach, and the Knight of Wands is approaching from a desert. So both involving sand and coming from different places, right? Passion meets emotionality with the cups. The wands are passion. This is a face-to-face encountering with another. Also, perhaps, possibly, always, if you're not looking for love or friendship of some kind, this could be the meeting of passion and emotionality within yourself. But the Knights are always an active offer. Something coming in, something rushing in. The Wands is like action oriented, passion oriented. It's the Wands are very flight, fire oriented, and the Cups, it's like, oh, I had an interesting night last night. I hadn't done this in so long, but I did mirror work where I guess I'm telling you this, Capricorn, because maybe this will benefit you somehow too. Looking in the mirror deeply into your own eyes and telling yourself everything that you are grateful for about you, that you see, and just expressing love for yourself. That was my Tuesday evening, and just affirming my value and affirming that I do deserve love, and that there is passionate new relationships and friendships of all kinds always coming toward me. Perhaps that is something you can do for yourself. Because, you know, we aren't always told that by other people. Sometimes we are, and I do my very best to affirm that for other people that I love in my life. But the most powerful gift you can ever give yourself is to affirm your own worth. And it aligns you with the others who will affirm your worth as well. Sweet Olivine is showing up in the golden doorway. Okay, let's get a shadow card for you, Capricorn. Two of Wands, baby. The shadow card is the deep work that is healing within you through this process. And I think the process for you is some kind of beautiful love, passionate, heart, soul, singing, focus area of your life being gifted to you. And the Two of Wands tells me that you have asked for this. You have been wishing and hoping and creating a doorway. We talk about the Two of Wands as a doorway. And then we have this golden doorway here. You've created the doorway, and now something beautiful is going to walk through the doorway. Here comes Olivine. Okay. Honey, yes. She's so silly. Look at how big she is. Okay, we can't have you up here, my love. All right, that's for you. Love that. A beautiful gift. No, you stay. Okay. Okay. Aquarius. Olivine does not like that bell. You should be used to it by now. All right, Aquarius. Let's pull some cards for you. I didn't even, okay. If I see it, I need it. That's how I think of the cards. So I didn't even shuffle. I just saw the High Priestess. And if I see the High Priestess, I'm taking the High Priestess. Aquarius, High Priestess energy. Oh, you are very much High Priestess energy. When I think of Aquarius, I am Aquarius, Moon, and Venus, but I love Aquarian energy. Oh my God, it's my favorite. High Priestess is being in your spiritual power, being in your intuition, your knowing, aligned with spirit, being very, it's not ego-based. It's something that you just hold and cherish in the most sacred part of yourself. And you don't have to proclaim your knowledge or wisdom. It's just obvious with the way that you carry yourself and the way that you present your presence, your aura, your light. This is the card most often of the healer or the therapist, someone who holds sacred space for others, who has had the life experience to be in a position to do that for others. Yeah. So that is a very affirming message for you, that you are in your sacred spiritual connective power right now. And if you are feeling that, lean into it more. Trust yourself. The greatest message for the High Priestess is trust your knowing. Trust that spirit is within you. You have a beautiful sacred gift of presence and radiance and knowledge and wisdom, and you know the answer. If there's something that you are trying to figure out within your life, trust yourself. What always keeps landing for you? The High Priestess is a very sweet, sacred, and calm, peaceful energy. That is where the answer is. If you are trying to figure something out, it's not even the thing that excites you. It's the thing that brings you peace. That's the truth. Okay, let's see what else comes out with her for you, sweet Aquarius. You know, I hear a lot about the High Priestess being the card of secrecy. And I don't mean that in like a way of holding back purposely from others and hiding. No, but I do think it's not important to talk about everything with everyone. This is being very discerning about who you share what with, and to keep something sacred to yourself, that it amplifies its sacredness. And there are some things that you may never fully reveal about what you know, but to be the High Priestess, you don't have to reveal. You just exude. You exude. People already feel it. It's kind of like that place of, you know, when you meet someone and you're like, there's something so, well, Aquarian energy, it's like there's something so otherworldly about this person. There's something so unnameable, and you can't quite put your finger on what is so mystical and attractive about this person. That's the High Priestess. And that, my love, is how you're showing up. And that is how you embrace your wisdom and your knowledge. This is a very spiritually aligned, affirming card. Like, you are exactly where you are supposed to be. Trust that. All right. What else do we have? Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, this is giving you such divine feminine structure. Taking ownership of your stability, whether that means in your career, in your finances, in your external material realm, how you show up. The Queen of Pentacles is kind of like, she is a real badass in the context that she just has everything in order. She's a very organized person. She's a very structured. It's kind of like you're just taking care of stuff. And it doesn't necessarily, with the High Priestess and the Queen of Pentacles, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's everything in your material realm that you are just that you have complete just ownership of. No, this is the spirit realm. It's like you are taking ownership of your spiritual work, your spiritual path, your devotion, and you don't have to talk about it with everybody because people just already feel it. You exude it. You exude it. Presence. Presence right now. All right. And your shadow card, what you are truly working on in the deep realms and loving about the healing process for yourself. Two of Swords. This is very, this is like the learning experience of trusting your intuition. Trusting your intuition, if I can say that correctly. This is the minor arcana version of every single choice that you make is an opportunity to validate your self-trust. This is kind of like the little workshop path of how you're going to be in your power, spiritually aligned by the end of August. So the way that the shadow work here is the way that you get this really stable, strong, just present energy where like you just, the word is exude for you, where you just exude knowing, presence, and spirituality, connection to spirit. The way you get there and maintain that is in your everyday choices of, you know, it was kind of like, I just talked about this in the Capricorn reading, but like last night, you know, it's so easy to, you've had a long work day and it was a really great work day yesterday. It's really easy to be like, okay, tonight I'm going to just sit and watch a movie because that seems to be like what I'm used to doing and what is the American way. And instead of doing that, I sat on my porch with my cats and just watched people walking through the neighborhood and waving. I did some mirror work where I talked to myself for the first time in a long time, looked straight into my own eyes and told myself how valuable I am and how proud I am of myself for all that I've accomplished and how I say yes to healing. That's what this card is. It's like when you choose, like this is a card of choice and it's a card of going internal. It's sometimes referred to as a card of indecision. I don't see the Two of Swords like that. I see it as you choosing to cut out, you know, kind of to cut out the distractions that keep us from our spiritual connection, and instead choosing to cut off those distractions, going internal and doing a daily healing session with yourself, right? That's how you embody this energy, which is profound. This feels like you claiming a very strong, powerful place for yourself that is setting you up for a career in the spiritual realms, whatever that means to you. Like you can totally have abundance and success in that capacity if that's what you're wanting to do. Yeah, this feels like discipline, spiritual discipline, and the payoff is tremendous. Okay, Aquarius, I love you. All right, and the last person, the last sign we have today is Pisces. So Pisces, let's get a reading for you. How has August been for you, Pisces? What do you have to look forward to? Let's see what card comes out. This one's wanting, Ace of Cups. I love the Ace of Cups. It is all about claiming self-love in new and powerful ways. It is a huge shift out of the darkness into the light and taking that cup and being like, yes, I have it's kind of like, oh, sorry, my cat's sitting behind me. And she got a little scared when I put the cards down, but I'm so excited about this. It's kind of like, you know, when, well, this is for me. You know, when you buy a new journal, I've heard people talk about this. Like my journals are so sacred, or at least they start out sacred, or it's like you buy a new, I also use paper calendars. You know, like when you buy a brand new journal or paper calendar, it's just like this precious object. And you're like, oh, it's like an Ace of Cups. You're like, oh, a fresh new beginning, a fresh new year. And you're so intentional about what you put in it at first. And then as time passes, you know, sometimes my paper calendars they get very full and they get very just crazy looking. But the Ace of Cups, this is kind of like you emerging as your new journal or your new calendar. Like this is a new version of you that is coming out of the darkness, and you are taking ownership. And you're like, you know what? Something has happened. Maybe it happened in Mercury retrograde. Maybe it's about to happen. Maybe you're stepping into it in this moment. Maybe you'll be stepping into it by the end of August. But this is a new you, a new reclaiming of, oh, I love myself. I love myself, and I see myself, and I'm so proud of myself. I have been talking about this in quite a few readings, but as you know, cheesy as it sounds, go to a mirror and look straight into your own eyes and say, you know what? I'm so proud of you. I know it's been hard, and I know that you haven't always been proud of how you've done things, but listen, I'm proud of you. You've done the best you can, and I love you. And now you've learned so much, and you get to show up in a completely beautiful, new, bright way. This is a new beginning of self-love for you. Powerful. You know, also, this could be a new love opportunity coming in for you. Absolutely. But it only happens because you understand your self-worth in a completely different way. It's an up-leveling of self-love. And Six of Pentacles. This was an accident because I need to be on a different deck. But Six of Pentacles, you're the only person that's going to get 2 cards of the same deck because that was an accident. But is it really an accident? Here's the thing with this message. You are so good at loving other people, Pisces. I know you. I know you very well. Pisces will give their entire world, their last breath to the person that they are devoted and love, and that they love. Absolutely. The person they are devoted to and that they love, they will martyr themselves. You will martyr yourselves. But listen, it's time to do that for yourself. If you're looking for a relationship, there could be someone coming in who is finally going to be reciprocal in that giving because you've done enough. You have. And you're not going to stop. I know that about Pisces. Like their whole purpose is to love, at least the ones that I know. All right, what do we have in this other deck for you? The Four of Coins. All right, you've been playing it safe. You've definitely been playing it safe in some way. You don't have to anymore. I will say that. You do not have to. I know this feels a little bit like, you know, there's been some mistrust, or your trust has been broken in some way. Not maybe in like, I feel like you've been resilient in that, and maybe, you know, it hasn't been, there's just some fear here, some fear or distrust or cautiousness. Maybe saying fear and distrust is a little bit too harsh, because this doesn't feel like harsh energy. It just feels a little bit like caution. And caution has served you well, and maybe it is supposed to continue to serve you well. But listen, like this is a new dawn. It's a new dawn of a new day and a new version of you. And I understand the cautiousness because people may have taken advantage of your kindness. They might have. And you are probably like, it's fine. Take advantage of my kindness. But listen, you got to be kind to yourself. And there's someone, I believe, maybe meeting you here with the exact same cup of kindness coming to you. Let's see what your shadow card is. Okay. I mean, it was on the bottom. I saw it. I'm going to bring it. Knight of Cups. Yeah, this is a looking at being accountable for ways you have overgiven and extended your love and not allow other people even the space or the opportunity to show up with reciprocity. And also the message of there's someone here who wants to do that. And also it's time to do that for yourself. This is all about love and connection and reciprocity for you. It, of course, begins with you knowing your worth and your value and affirming that in a big way. I believe by the end of August, you're going to be in that energy. And because you are in that place of preciousness and knowing your value and knowing how much of a gift you truly are and affirming that for yourself, that's your homework, by the way. Do that every day. Affirm your worth. Like attracts like. Give other people the opportunity to love you too. You don't have to be the one always giving, giving. Leave breathing space for people to show up for you. You deserve it. You deserve it. All right. I love you. Thanks for joining, everyone. Bye.